Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're going to continue our No Dust No Worries Rogue ladder climb. And so our win rate has dropped quite disappointingly below 50%, but I wasn't really expecting much more than that. Just to reiterate for anyone who's joining us for the first time, I'm trying to simulate a new player opening a brand new Rogue account. We're just playing Rogue. Not allowing myself to get any epic, legendary, adventure cards. I feel those are too expensive for new players. I really want to see how this experience might go and how it feels to be a new player playing on the ladder. I mean, come on, you're rank 19, you run into control warriors with Alex and Gramash. I guess that's just sort of the state of the game. Hey, nice. You've got your legendary card back. Nice one. So let's see how we go. This is definitely going to be some sort of tempo mage or mech mage. So I'm not going to chalk up our chances too high here, given we have things like Voodoo Doctor in our deck. But you never know. You never know. Okay. So let's do your move. Okay, exactly. That's exactly why I kept the backstab, my friend. And since you didn't play out a mirror image, I always get that wrong. I'm assuming you don't have mirror image in your hand. I'm not going to swing since I'm going to develop Shattered Sun next turn. Interesting. Yep, that's fine. I will swing this turn because I don't expect to have any... I don't have a 4-drop play in hand. And even if I did pick up a 4-drop play, then it's okay to still hold one charge of the Wicked Knife. Since I have an Assassin's in hand, it's not too bad to do that. Although I don't want to be playing an Assassin's on 5. Well, it depends. It's all situational. It's all a little bit situational. Yeah, just thinking about things I would really like to replace. Just looking at my deck. What do I need to replace? The Stormwind Champion has to go. I think it's a weak point in this deck. What else? I could probably get rid of Bone Guard. The Bone Guard's nice, and the Murloc Raider has to go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to double attack in this thing. When you're facing Tempo Mage or any mage these days, Flame Waker does a ton of work. You really need to be vigilant about killing those Flame Wakers. That's why cards like Eviscerate and Backstab SI7 are so key for Rogue. They deal with Flame Waker, and before Flame Waker can get going. See, if I hadn't dealt with the Flame Waker, he would have done 2 damage to face using AI, but now he can't, because I dealt with Flame Waker. And I'm going to swing again, going on the logic that I have Assassin's Blade in hand. So I will swing again, holding this just for safety. And ideally, I'll be able to... This will last me until I can re-equip the Assassin's Blade. Now, we appear to be doing okay, but you never know. Maybe he had a really slow start. Maybe this is a different type of deck. It could be something experimental. Although someone who will show off their legend card back... I don't know. I wonder what that says about someone who shows off a legend card back. I've always thought about what it says about someone. Maybe they're just proud. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. I'm very weak to Blizzard here, but I don't think a Tempo Mage would have Blizzard, but also a Tempo Mage wouldn't have a Sludge Belcher, so that's a little strange. He can't Flame Strike since he spent the coin. He coined out the Sorcerer's Apprentice. So I'm not afraid of Flame Strike, but I am definitely afraid of Blizzard. But Blizzard seems to be only played in Freeze Mage decks. This is definitely not a Freeze Mage. You don't put Flame Waker in Freeze Mage. Actually, no, that's totally untrue. You might put Flame Waker in Freeze Mage. I don't see why you would, because Freeze Mage uses Doomsayers to clear. So you don't really need that random damage. You freeze the board and you drop a Doomsayer and it sort of gets rid of everything. You don't need damage onto the board. Flame Waker is sort of... I mean, it can still be good because it adds 2 damage to every spell you cast. So it might be some sort of tech worth considering. Okay, Fireball Ping. It's always a good sign when a mage is forced to use their removal on your minions, which means they can't burn you. It cuts out, it precludes them from burning you as your health gets low, and that's really important as a rogue. That's why tempo for a rogue, starting quick, is so important for a rogue. Since you're using your health as it is to clear minions, you make yourself very vulnerable to burn spells. So mages with, Fireball, Frostbolt, which is 6/6 plus 3 is 15 damage. 10 mana mage can deal 15, half your health at turn 10. Some mages also even run Pyro. And you just got to be really careful of that. Forcing the mage to use removal on your minions is excellent. But even if this gets fireballed, I'm fine with that, because that means that's a fireball not coming to my face. Sheep is also fine. It means he gets taxed with a ping, depending on whether he wants to ping. Okay, that's interesting. What does that suggest? It suggests he's not playing Flamestrike or Blizzard. You play that, you're not playing Flamestrike or Blizzard. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to develop my assassins here. Yep. Let's go for it. Since it adds a lot of damage. If he doesn't manage to freeze me somehow or set up some sort of taunt, we're in a really strong position. Yeah, so let's see how we go. I'm quite surprised at how well this particular game turned out, particularly against a Legend card black showing player with a golden mage. But that just goes to show you never know how you're going to go against players. You might run up against a Legend card player, but there's no reason to be intimidated. It's sort of like, everyone has to adhere to the luck of the draw, everyone has to play by the rules of the game, and if they get a bad start, or if you get a fast start, or if you have some intelligent, quick plays, you can win. And I'm not saying I will win. I'm saying we're in a very strong position to win, which means I'm saying that even against a Legend, someone who's previously reached Legend, you can do very well. You can put up a strong fight. Okay, what's he digging for? Okay, what is that? Is that an ice barrier? I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. I think I will do this. I'll use my face to clear it. What is it? Yeah. Duplicate is fine. Duplicate is a little too slow. I will heal just to take it out of ping range and develop as much as I can. I don't think, again, I've made the read that he doesn't have a Flame Strike in this deck. And I definitely didn't want to leave I was thinking about whether I should have left the Azure Drake up, but in a spell heavy deck like Tempo Mage or any sort of mage, leaving that up is really dangerous. If he had something like a second Arcane Explosion dealing 2 to my entire board, it's not too bad, but then he would have been able to clear my Bloodsail, and it would have been a little sad for me. I think it's always a good idea to clear spell damage minions, because if you think about it, why is your opponent putting spell damage minions in his deck? Because he has a lot of spells, and his spells are impactful, and if you let his spells be more impactful by not clearing it, you're sort of shooting yourself in the foot, yeah? It's sort of the same as, why would you clear a Knife Juggler? Because he has a lot of minions, and perhaps minions that make more minions, it's just sort of something you need to deal with. But on the other hand, you can sort of fake people out by putting, instead of an Ooze, I can put a Knife Juggler in my deck, and that will draw out premium removal. And that's really something that I don't see a lot of people do in the competitive circuit, but maybe, did you just rage quit? Come on, man. You got Legend, you've played enough of the game. Alright, we're done. GG. Hey, I feel good now. Okay, let's queue up again. I want to squeeze in as many games as we can. Ooh, 3 victories. Excellent. Alright, let's get some more packs. Definitely looking to upgrade our deck as much as possible here. And I'm sticking with TGT. Definitely sticking with TGT. And you might be wondering, why am I not saving gold? So part of the conceit of this run is not to use adventures. So I will not be using adventures. I will not be using adventure cards on this account. The whole point is to simulate the new player experience. Now, Attendee is not bad. I'm definitely going to swap in Attendee for Murloc Raider. Because, people might think it's pretty bad, but having a taunt, a 1 mana taunt is really good, and I think we'll see that in games. 1 mana taunt, it's not so much about the mana and the health, it's the taunt. You put down the taunt, it means the opponent is forced to spend some resources to deal with it. And if you're protecting like... anyway, you'll see. Either way, it's straight up better than Murloc Raider, so I am going to straight up replace Murloc Raider with Tournament Attendee. And once again, we are going to disappear into the YouTube vortex, and I will be right back. Okay, I have returned from the void of the YouTube vortex, and we are going to queue up and see how we go with our Tournament Attendee. Okay, Warlock. I'm quite happy to run into a Warlock, actually. I think Rogues can do very strongly against Warlocks, since Warlocks they tend to lack tempo. Do I want to keep Fan? No, I want to be more proactive. Although Backstab will deal with Knife Juggler, and that's the main thing you want to deal with Warlock early game. They drop a Knife Juggler, you just want to be able to get rid of it. Otherwise, it just does so much work. Same idea as the Flame Waker. There are some minions in certain classes that you just want to have the answers for. If you don't, you could just lose the game. It's as simple as that. And that's fine. I will just weapon up. Not the most ideal turn, but it's fine. I have a lot of answers. The Pyro actually allows me to play much slower. Pyro Backstab is a really powerful combo. It allows me to deal with things like Shredders and so forth. Also allows me to very conveniently deal with Implosions and stuff. So I can play a little slower. Okay. Pyro Backstab Swing. Yep, excellent. Sets up my turn 4 Bone Guard weapon up. And Bone Guard I really like as a card. Not so good in Rogue because you don't tend to be weaponing up a lot. But if you get this thing out and it sticks to the board, or just say you play it on turn 4, it's a 2 mana 3/3 and you get the value of your hero power. So it sort of refunds your hero power. Refunds the 1 mana of your hero power. It's not that straightforward, but okay, I don't think I'll be playing it this turn anyway, since our Gnomish challenges the Flame Imps so well. The Bone Guard would just get traded into by the Flame Imp, not getting much value out of the extra health. But it's just straight. It's a great late game card. If in the late game you're going to hero power and you have a two spare mana, it's very much worthwhile to. Okay. What are we doing? Interesting. I think I might sap here. Ooh. No. Hit. Or do I just want to sap? Fan sap can be okay because the Annoytron isn't that important. The important thing about the Annoytron is that it protects things. Yeah, I think I will sap the Annoytron. Yeah, well, let's Fan first. Seems like a bit of a wasteful play, but I want to get rid of this Mech Warper. It's really dangerous to me. It allows him, especially in a Warlock deck, which can tap and game a ton of cards. Mech Warper is another one of those cards that you just want to have the answer to. Annoytron is not scary. The only scary thing about something like Annoytron is what it's protecting. And you see, this is a strong combo because it's protecting a lot of key things. I think Silverhand is better here. Or I could go Weapon Up. Yeah, I think actually Weapon Up is better here. So there's an order to this. Weapon. And then Bloodsail. Yeah. And I developed 2/3/3s, which is really strong. Because regardless of what he trades into, I can use my weapon to finish it off. So we are not in too bad a position. I was considering Silverhand Knight, but after a little bit of thought, if you just put a little bit of thought into your turns, you can actually do some pretty powerful plays. Okay, so you're tapping. So what does that suggest? Hand is full of spells. Suggests that hand is full of spells. Okay. I would love my second fan. I think I have a second. Yeah, I do have a second fan. What are you doing? That's not a smart idea. Actually, no. Yeah, he can't play it for free. It allows me to clear the... Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. It allows me to clear this dude for free. You should have left it on the board so that I couldn't reach the tech guy. What's his name? Tinkertown. Okay, Stormwind Champ buffs this out of range of the Mech Warper. Do I want a bigger board? No, I'll play slower. This buffs it out of range of the Mech Warper. I can deal with the replay the Neutron at some point with my weapon up. Okay, so he's going to spend that killing my Stormwind Champ, which is fine, very much fine. The only issue is Void Terror. Void Terror consumes the minions that it is adjacent to and adds those stats to its own stats. So a Void Terror is a 3/3 for 3, but if it eats a 6/1, it becomes a 12/4 for 3, sort of. Since this thing's going to die anyway. From the... Okay. We're okay. Argent Horse Rider is excellent here. It allows me to... I'll use the Argent Horse Rider on the Micro Machine, since doing this saves an extra health on my Bloodsail. And now he's really low on cards. I could have considered playing something slower, but I really needed to deal with the Micro Machine. So playing against Mech, there are a number of Mechs that you really have to deal with, and that's sort of the strength of Mech. See, something like a Harvest Golem, I'm not too fast, but a Micro Machine that grows behind a Neutron is very dangerous. He could very easily draw into a second Neutron and so on and so forth, so it's really, really dangerous. Rusty Horn? Not used. I think I would have definitely put the Rusty Horn on the Harvest Golem. Okay, let's do this. It's fine. 6/3? 6/3? No, I'd do this. The thing to remember about Warlocks... Do I want to hold my charge? No, I want to pressure his health. The thing to remember about Warlocks, especially Warlocks that empty their hand quickly, is they have a lot of small things. So you don't always want to play your biggest minion against a Zoolock, a Mech Zoolock. This is exactly what it appears to be. You may want to develop a number of smaller things so that they can challenge the Warlock playing out 2 or 3 minions a turn. Oh, excellent. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I'll use the fan then. I'll save the fan for something like an Implosion. I definitely wouldn't rule out Implosion being in a deck like this, since Implosion is just such a strong card. I haven't seen a Knife Juggler though, but that may just be because it is sitting in the bottom of his deck. He hasn't had a chance to play it out. But see, now that I'm ahead, I can play a big minion and he has no real answers to it. And my Silver Hand gets a lot of value. Still, this is a little annoying. I'm going to backstab that. Not scary at all. Yeah, I'll Weapon Deadly. Just to clear the way. And just since the ooze is so unthreatening, I'm just going to go face. Put him at 4. And definitely threaten, like, I don't know, the issue with things like Zoolock is once they fall behind, they have to start tapping. Their health becomes dangerously low because they use it as a resource, much like Rogue. But see, he has to tap to find answers. Often a Zoolock hand has so many minions that it's hard for them to come back. The entire concept behind the deck is to start quickly and continue to put pressure on. And since if you're the one putting pressure on, you don't have any health-based pressure. But since I was able to turn the game with a couple of well-placed backstabs, or lucky backstabs that we drew, and some questionable plays from my opponent, we've come out on top there. Okay, all right. Would really love to get back to rank 18. All right, let's hop straight back into it. Shaman, another good matchup. Yeah, so sometimes at the lower ranks, you just gotta wait it out. Sometimes you'll run to face Hunter. Do I want Deadly? Do I want to keep Deadly? Is there anything that a Shaman plays that I want to Deadly Poison? I mean, it's a 3-drop play, but I wouldn't normally keep a 3-drop play when going first. So no, I'm getting rid of it. Given the number of early game drops that I have, exactly, there we go. That's much better. You shouldn't. And I've done a lot of statistics on this. If you're going first, and the only thing you have in your hand is a 3-drop mulligan, like in your mulligan is a 3-drop, not your mulligan, your initial draw before the mulligan. So pre-mulligan, if the only play you have in your hand is a 3-drop, you should probably throw that back and look for something in 1 or 2 drop. If your hand is like 1 drop and then 3 drop, you might think about keeping that. I think I developed the weapon. He will probably get rid of. It's questionable whether I should have pinged off. Should have run my doctor into the Annoyatron to get rid of the Divine Shield, since he can get value from a Rock Biter or a Direwolf Alpha. Okay, lucky for us that he doesn't have anything like that. Okay, that's exactly what I want you to do, because I can get through there for free. I think I'll bait the Lightning Storm. A Mech Mage probably only runs 1 copy of Lightning Storm. Well, that's just me. If I was playing Mech Mage, I'd probably only run 1 copy of Lightning Storm, or even 0 copies of Lightning Storm, just using the threat of Lightning Storm to pressure my opponent. Okay, I think I'll sap.
Push forward.
Harvest Golem is strong but very slow, so I'm going to sap. And it puts me quite far ahead. If he plays it again, it means his hand is really spell-oriented, but I think a Mech Mage would have a lot of mechs. So, Okay, interesting. That's fine for me. I can shoot and then run in, shoot, run in, or deadly. I think shoot, run in is fine. I think I'm going to make the read that he doesn't have Lightning Storm, and if he does, spending 3 mana of the 5 and then overloading 2 is not too bad for me, since I can Deadly Shadow Pan. I do think that Mech Mages may well have fan. I might want a fan here to protect one of my minions. Deadly Shadow Pan is fine, but I still Deadly Shadow Pan sets me up for a stronger late game. Fan, I can use the cycle. So I think I will do this, and I'm going to keep the Ooze alive, since the Ooze has a max 3 health, whereas the Commander only has a max 2 health. If I draw into one of my Voodoo Doctors, because the other one I already played on turn 1, if I draw into a Voodoo Doctor or an Earthen Ring, it's much more beneficial to have a higher max health minion, even though their current health is the same. That's really slow. That's really slow. You can't play. Okay. I'm definitely going to double run in, but I will draw to see what I can find. Okay, that's not too bad. I can, yeah, I will use the Dark Iron. I will develop the Dark Iron. I was thinking about using the Shattered Sun, but there's no need. I don't need that reach. So the Shattered Sun is more defensive of a buff. Dark Iron is much more offensive of a buff. And I don't need the health buff at the moment. Okay, sure. What are you going to do? Yeah, I think that sap almost basically won us the game, but I may be speaking too soon, because slowing him down just for that 1 turn was really powerful. Okay, I'm going to fan because I'm probably going to weapon. That's a little unfortunate. I do want to clear the entire board. The backstab can work wonders. Lucky boy. But that's still fine. I'm not too concerned. I have a lot of damage on the board. Did I miss lethal? I don't think so. Did I miss lethal? 644. 644. 14 plus 3. 17. I don't think so. Anyway, you guys can tell me if I miss lethal. Sometimes I get so caught up in clearing the board and thinking of efficient plays that I don't think that I forget to do the most powerful, like the game-winning play, and that's something you always want to keep a track of. Excellent. And I will use the backstab just to protect my board and apply even more damage to his face. And I think I'm pretty confident in the read that there's no Lightning Storm. I'm pretty sure he would have used it already. And even if he does have it, he needs to roll a spell power and then lightning storm to clear my board, to have a guaranteed clear of the board. Yeah, no, it's just a little too slow. You can still do it though. Okay, no, too slow. Is there going to be some sort of taunt? In this case, I definitely would put taunt on the harvest golem. I'll put taunt on both since you are so far behind. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, well played. Nice. So we're piecing together some more wins. Yeah, so you know, you win some, you lose some. Hearthstone is basically the amalgamation of that saying. And I'm pretty happy with where we're at today. We've gotten back to rank 18, 2 stars, and you know, not without trying, not without actually improving the deck and finding some new cards. So before we go, I'd just like to remind you guys, I'm thinking of doing an arena run to pick up the free pack, and I'm going to try in the run. I'm not going to do any runs on this account afterwards because this is not what it's about. It's not about going infinite on arena. It's not about getting packs, just, you know, playing arena. It's about climbing the ladder with as little resources as possible, and you know, not compromising your deck as a thing. So I really like to hear what you guys think. Which class should I pick? I'm leaning towards Gul'dan, but I'm happy to play one or the other if you guys, you know, if people speak up. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Okay. So I just want to, we're gonna wrap up here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks in advance for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for the love, and any gestures from my viewers, you know, would mean a lot to me. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. This is No Dust signing off.